So I did a video a while back where I basically stated that card game animes are basically just sports anime. Thus, we'll be covering Build Divide, Code Black/Code White, and Stars Align. But I started with the sports series last time, so I don't know, let's flip the script and talk about the card game series first. Watch out, free spirit coming through, now let's talk about card games. Build Divide is a 2-season series marking the new card game Build Divide, which seems pretty close to Magic the Gathering, with the distinction being that they are commanders that once summoned will activate a location that has an ability that you can call upon, which looks rather interesting. Shame that I, as an American, can't play it, as there's no official English release at the time of writing. Maybe an English-speaking scene will develop, but at the time of writing, it's still very much trying to get off the ground, trying to figure out how to, easily play the game, with an unofficial English translation to be plugged into an online app like Untapped and dedicated discords. But I would probably give it a try if it became easier to play, but let's focus on the anime. First season follows Teruto in a futuristic city trying to overthrow the king that controls the city, who turns out to be a sister that he has to go through an amnesic arc to remember. Who remembers, oh wait, this is a cyber city and we're locked into it, and I need to save her. So she isn't consumed with the power of the city. In the second season, Code White, Kika, the sister, and the side character Hiyori team up to save Teruto, so you can beat the final villain who's trying to gain godly powers. As for strengths, I'll say the animation of the card battles are nice and does make them look appealing. You also show off double matches, so that's neat, I guess. The second season does incorporate the one-off character from the first season rather well, so I'll say the series is fine. Shows off the card game, and the fact that I want to try it shows it's doing its job well. And I think it is sort of limited by the fact that if you can't play the card game, you really shouldn't care about the anime. Other than that, I'll say that the whole bunny hood thing, that's kind of dumb. It kind of makes me laugh about how, cool you think this is. He lifts the hood and there's, bunny ears on there, and he, puts a thing over his mouth. Just hello? But other than that, I don't have much to talk about because I'll be saving some of that for my fantasy booking for card game series. So I will talk about all of that at a later date. So let's move on to Stars Align. Oh, Stars Align. If you know, well, we'll get to it in a bit. But Stars Align was a 2019 series created, directed, and scripted by Kazuki Akane, who was originally going to get a full 24-episode series, but whose production was cut short. He is actually trying to get the second half renewed, but at the time of writing, he has yet to get it renewed. Thus, my review of the series will focus on the content we do currently have. The story revolves around the 9 members of the Boys Soft Tennis Club. The main 2 are Maki and Toma. Toma is the club leader trying to get the current team its first win to save the club that his brother was part of, while Maki being the old friend who's just moved back to town to help give the team a shot in the arm that it needs. But the actual games they do play are animated pretty alright. I enjoy the eventual relationships between the various teammates, as well as just enjoy the characters themselves. There's the one that coming to terms that they are non-binary. The 2 more impulsive ones have some very fun interactions once they become teammates. The 2 that need to work on their self-confidence have good growth. The support that Maki and Toma give each other is really cool. But there's one thing connecting all 9 boys. Parental abuse. Content warning if you don't want to hear about it. You can scratch Stars Align off your list of animes to watch, as it features a lot and it's very uncomfortable to watch. As we see the full spectrum, Suzuki was a victim of abuse as a child. His mother doesn't export their exploration of their gender, and is probably verbally abusive. Tsubasa's father can be physically abusive, and accidentally sends him down a flight of stairs. Now his mother is so overprotective, is literally snuffing out any form of happiness for the kid. So for these kids, the Soft Tennis Club is the only place where they can be happy and have healthy relationships. So that adds a lot of pressure to them getting better at soft tennis so they can get that big win. And they eventually do that. Then the ending happens, and I left 2 examples out for a reason. So Maki and Toma have some of the worst parental figures. Toma's stepmother actively hates him. So when he calls his brother in the finale that, hey, I got that win, we saved the club, his stepmother picks up and says, oh hey, I got a divorce, and I'm taking your brother who you idolize with me, and I'm just so happy I never have to see you again because I hate you. Which is, really uncomfortable and a big oof. But that's not all. Maki's mooching and abusive father keeps coming around and is wreaking havoc for his mother so much that Maki is ready to flat out murder him. And the closing shot for this season is him going to his dad's apartment, knocking, and is ready to kill him. Which I cannot stress enough is a really bad ending if you have not been renewed. I sympathize with the plight of getting your production cut short. I really do. I respect the gamble you made that you could get a renewal somewhere else, but we're 3 years removed now, and the gamble didn't pay off. If research is to be believed, you got the information around episode 8, and a better move may have been just to pivot and end it on a happier note, in case you just didn't get renewed. As most of your episodes end with the abuse happening, and it made me and my friend who watched this series together very uncomfortable, and we were just hoping for one moment of triumph. to relieve some of that. So no, I really cannot recommend this series. Like, do I like a lot of its parts? Yes. Does it cause you to feel emotions? Yes. Could this all be just some meta commentary on abuse as we, the viewer, think if we power through it, we will get that happy ending? Maybe. But I simply did not enjoy my time watching the series. And that is why, no, I don't think Stars Align is worth watching.